Hopefully, you enjoyed the book Ghost with great storytelling, interesting voice, and themes with which you can identify. If you have determined Jason Reynolds is an author whose stories you'd like to read more of, see Miss Bailey in the library. She has lots. For now, we'll read this excerpt from the second book in the series, Patina. It's at the very end of the book after the discussion questions. My race was up next. And here's the thing, I've been running the 800 for 3 years straight. It's my race. I have a system, a way of running it. I come off the block strong and low, and by the time I'm straight up, my stride is steady. But I always allow myself to drop back a little. You know, keeping it cool for the first lap. Pace. That's where 800 runners blow it. They start out too fast and be rigged by the second lap. I've seen a lot of girls get roasted out there, showboating on that first 400, but I knew better. I knew the second 400 was the kicker. What I didn't know, though, was just how fast the girls in this new league were, what kind of shape they were in. So when the gun blew and we took off, I realized that the pace I had to keep just to stay with the pack was faster than what I was used to. But, of course, I'm thinking, these girls are stupid and are going to be tired in 20 seconds, in 30 seconds, in 40 seconds. Never happened. And instead, it ended up being me saying to myself, oh God, I'm tired. How am I tired? And as we rounded into the final 200 meters, I had to dig deep and step it up. So I turned on the jets. Here's how it went. Cornrows, low cut, ponytail, and puny tail in front of me. Chop them down, Patty. Push, 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 breathe. Cornrows is on my side now. The crowd is screaming, the traditional chant when someone is getting past. Whoop, 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 push, push. Cornrows is toast. 100 meters to go. Mouth wide open, eyes wide open, stride wide open. Chop them down, Patty. Arms pumping, whipping the air out of my way like water. Low cut is slowing up. Her little pea head's boppling like it can snap right off. She's tired. Finally. Whoop, whoop. Got her. 2 more to go. Ponytail can feel me coming. She can probably hear my footsteps over the screaming crowd. She knows I'm close. And then she makes the biggest mistake ever. The one thing every coach tells you to never do. She looked back. See, when you look back, it automatically knocks your stride off and it gets you messed up mentally. And once Ponytail looked over her shoulder, the whoops started back up like a siren. Whoop, 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 50 meters. That's right, I'm coming. Chop them down, Patty. I'm coming. I could see Puny Tail just ahead of her. That little twist of hair in the back of her head like a snake tongue. She was running out of breath. I could see that by the way her form had broken down. Ponytail was too. We all were. And even worse for me, we were also running out of track. I got Ponytail by a nose, second place, then collapsed. People cheering all around me, jumping up and down in the stands, quickly becoming a wavy blur of color as the tears rose. Second? Stupid second place? No way was I going to cry. Trust me, I wanted to. Water pricking at my eyelids. But no way. I wanted to kick something. I was so mad. Coach Witt came over and helped me up. And once I was standing, I yanked away from her and limped over to the bench. My legs were burning and cramping, but I wanted to kick something anyway. Maybe kick the bench over. Kick those stupid orange slices Lou's mother brought. Anything. But instead, I just sat down and didn't say a word for the rest of the meet. Yes, I'm a sore loser, if that's what you want to call it. To me, I just like to win. I only want to win. Anything else is false, fake, but real. So real, I didn't even want to talk about it on the way to church the next day. Not with no one, not even with God. I spent all morning braiding Maddie's hair the same way Ma used to braid mine when I was little. Only difference is, Ma got fat fingers and used to be braiding like she was trying to strip my edges or make me bald. Talking about, gotta make it tight so it don't come loose, right? But I don't even do Maddie's that tight, and I can knock out a whole head full of hair in half an hour if she sits still, which she never does. How many more? Maddie whined, squirming on the floor in front of me. I'm almost done. Just chill out. I picked up the can of beads and shook them in her ear like one of them Spanish shaker things. And just like that, she calmed down and let me tilt her head forward so I could braid the last section. The bit of curls tightly wound at the base of her neck. I dipped my finger in the gunk on the back of my hand, then massaged it into Maddie's scalp. Then I stroked grease into the leftover bush ball, tugging it straight, then letting it go, watching it shrink back into dark brown cotton candy. What colors you want? I asked, separating the hair into 3 parts. Maddie put a finger to her chin. Acting like she thinking. I say acting because she knew what color she wanted. She picked the same one every week. Matter of fact, there was only one color in the can. Red, we both said at the same time. Me, of course, with a little more pepper and a little less pep. Maddie tried to whip around and give me a funny face, but I was mid-braid. Stay still. Then came the beading. Today, 30 braids. So 3 red beads on each braid. 90 beads. I used tiny bits of aluminum foil on the ends to keep the beads from slipping off, even though I knew they would anyway. But who got time to use those little rubber bands? Not me, and definitely not Maddie. When we finished, Maddie did what she always did, ran to the bathroom. I followed her, like I always did, and lifted her up so she could see herself in the mirror. She smiled, her mouth like a piano, with only one black key, one front tooth missing. Then Maddie ran back to the living room and blew a kiss at a picture propped up on the table next to the TV. The same picture every time, of me at her age, 6, with a big cheese and a missing front tooth and braids, red beads, aluminum foil on the ends. I do Maddie's hair every Sunday for 2 reasons. The first is because Momly can't do it. If it was up to her, Maddie's hair would be in 2 Afro puffs every day. Either that or Momly would have shaved it all off by now. It's not that she don't care. She does. It's just that she don't know what to do with her hair like Maddie's, like ours. Ma do, but Momly, nope. She never had to deal with nothing like it. And there ain't no rule book for white people to know how to work with black people with black hair. And her husband, my Uncle Tony, he ain't no help. Ever since they adopted us, every time I talk about Maddie's hair, Uncle Tony says the same thing. Just let it rock. Like he's going to sit in the back of Maddie's class and stink face all the 6-year-old bullies in barrettes. Right. But luckily for everybody, especially Maddie, I know what I'm doing. Been a black girl all my life. The other reason I always do Maddie's hair on Sundays is because that's when we see Ma. And she don't want to see Maddie looking like she ain't never been nowhere. So after Maddie's hair is done, we get dressed. As in, dressed up. All the way up. Maddie puts on one of her church dresses, white patent leather shoes that most people only wear on Easter Sunday. But for us, for Ma, every Sunday is like Easter Sunday. I put on a dress too. Run a comb through my hair until it cooperates. Ugly black ballerina flats because Ma don't want me looking fast in the house of the Lord. Then Mom Lee drives us across town to Barnaby Terrace, my old neighborhood. Barnaby Terrace is fine. I don't really know what else to say about it except for the fact that there's nothing really to say about it. Ain't nobody rich, that's for sure. But ain't nobody really poor, neither. Everybody's just regular. Regular people going to regular jobs, having regular kids who go to regular schools, and grow up to be regular people with regular jobs, on and on. And I guess everything was pretty regular about me, too, until 6 years ago. Follow me. I just turned 6, and me and my dad were having one of our famous invisible cupcake parties. Kind of like how little girls on old TV shows be having tea parties, but you know how don't ever really be tea in the cups? Like that. Except I didn't have a tea set, and my mom wouldn't let us use her real teacups, which were really just random coffee mugs. Plus, my dad always said tea don't even taste good enough to pretend to drink. He also said tea and eat are made of the same letters anyway, so pretending to eat was pretty much the same as pretending to drink. And what better thing to pretend to eat than cupcakes? And that's what we always had, imaginary cupcakes. But on this night, my mother cut the party short because it was a school night. Plus, she was pregnant with Maddie at the time and needed my father to massage her feet. So he whispered in my ear, "Sleep tight, sweet pancake. Your mama and the waffle need me." Then he kissed me goodnight, first on the forehead, then on one cheek, then on the other cheek. I don't know what happened next. My guess is that after rubbing Ma's feet, he kissed her goodnight too. And Maddie, the waffle, was probably being all fidgety in my stomach. I bet Dad smooched right on the belly button, then rolled over and went to sleep. But he never woke up. Like, ever. Teachers, you'll have the rest of GRIP today to have more discussion about ghosts, or maybe you'd like to discuss the Bettina excerpt we just read. Everyone, on Monday, GRIP will be individualized in classrooms. Some choose to read a book together, others choose to have the freedom to read independently. This is a conversation and decision for each advisory. Thank you.